Back to something you said. You once said that movements make leaders. And I think we've settled that you are a leader.
We're fighting about this.
And typically you're associated with what was called the Black Arts Movement. And from something you said earlier, I have a feeling that maybe that's not you, that you're not comfortable, or are you comfortable with being in this category of people?
I like the black art. I like all of these categories. We've just been trying to, I mean, we're just sitting here trying to, I guess I'm letting you sort out my career to some degree. I was very comfortable in black arts. The people that were around, you know, we were New Yorkers. Jackie Early, Sonia Sanchez came into it. It was a lot of good people. I'm just trying to say that you can't be ideologically driven if you're going to be a writer. And that's always going to lead to problems with other people who think that they should tell you what to do. It's that simple.
Was it Du Bois who said all art is political, or should be, or someone who said something like that?
Sounds like Du Bois.
You don't agree with that?
No, because all art, I agree with it, but not in the sense, and I think it was Du Bois, but not in the sense that he was saying it. I think all art is political. So it's up to us to be truthful. And wherever that truth leads you is what the political realization is.
But your truth and his truth and her truth, these can be different truths, and all true.
Well, they're looking at something from a different point of view, but you can't tell. I mean, everybody's not going to pray in the same church, and I've always resented that, and I still do. I mean, I don't know a time when I didn't.
Now, if it's true that movements make leaders, then did the Black Arts Movement make you? I don't mean create you, make you a poet, but did the movement create the occasion where you could flourish and emerge?
Well, I'm sure it did. You know, you can do all you want with the soil. If somebody don't put some water in it, you're not going to get any flowers. And being in New York, I'm sure, had I stayed in Knoxville, I wouldn't have had a career, because there's just no floor, as James Baldwin would put it. There's no floor upon which to dance. I think I could have stayed in Cincinnati, but I was never, I'm still not a believer in the Midwest. I mean, even the Chicago people, you know, they all have, they're paranoid because it's always been the second city. And, you know, to a great degree, what we call the Harlem Renaissance should really have been the Chicago Renaissance. But New York so overshadows Chicago that it became the Harlem Renaissance. I mean, if you look at the history, you know, as it goes. And so I think that even had I stayed in the Midwest, it would have been a very different experience, because you're sort of bound in. And New York, even, New York is just, I think, the greatest city in the world, you know, and I just don't think there's any question. If you're, and I said to my students now, I'm at Tech, you know, and I say to, you got to go to New York. I just don't know where else an American writer. Of course, you can go to Paris, or, you know, eventually, I don't have a problem with that, Barcelona, you know, something like that, but if you want to be a writer, you should go to New York, because it gives you everything. I mean, just going to the various neighborhoods, you know, you never have to worry about what you're learning, or you sit down. I mean, right now, if I were 25, I'd be sitting at the UN, you know, just putting on my, I'm not language rich, I'm language poor, so I'd put on my English earphones and just to hear the debates going on. How could you not be excited about the world? You're in a city that brings the world to you.